and welcome to Woohoo Wednesday. You know what? Don't I seem cheery? Well, I'm not. Well, I'm trying to be, I've been so busy going through my COVID-19 storage mess, and it's taken me a long time, a lot longer than I thought. And that, along with, numbers are going up instead of down in COVID virus, and we're having to stay in a little bit more. And then you know what? Fred and Nettie's boat has still not been fixed since last October, and it may not be fixed for a while. Ooh, earthquake. And so that's a little depressing because Fred and I usually get out on the lake and have a quiet dinner on the lake every night when it's sunny, and we haven't been able to do that yet. And we don't know when it's going to be. 4th of July is coming up, and how am I supposed to plan something special for 4th of July for Moments with Nettie when it's not going to be so special? I mean, there's all the fireworks were canceled. Well, at least the legal ones. We usually have a boat parade, and our neighbors have said maybe they'll take us, but I'm not going to interrupt their pleasantries with mine. Well, sometimes I'm polite. And so, I've been a little depressed, I guess, for Nettie. I mean, Nettie doesn't get depressed too much. But so I kind of think we're going to do what we can, not what we can't. And so I'm going to Mexico. You want to come? I'm going to Mexico. So hang on. Here we go. Well, here I am. Viva la Mexico. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to quench our thirst. So I'm going to take you into my Mexican kitchen and show you how we're going to mix a few little virgin drinks. Well, that's a proper word, So hang on, let's go. Well, here we are in the Mexican kitchen, and I'm going to make us some virgin drinks because, we don't really need the alcohol. And once in a while, at dinner we might get them. But so I was thinking about having a virgin Bahama Mama, but I thought that was an oxymoron. And then I thought, well, how about if we have maybe a virgin margarita? And I'm thinking, well, let's call those, instead of virgin margarita, we'll call them Saint Margarita. That makes sense. And then we're going to have a tequila sunrise. And they're called that because they look like a Mexican sunrise. Well, to me, they look like a Mexican sunset, too. But if you call them a tequila sunrise sunset, everybody's going to think you're going to drink them all day. So I'm just going to show you how we're going to do that. So first thing we do is we get the ice. I'm just going to set you down here. You'll hear me. We're going to go get the ice. I have an ice crusher on this machine. And you know what? It's in the refrigerator. And I had a friend from New Mexico said the only reason she got a refrigerator with an ice crusher is because it was easier to make her margaritas. And she's right. So I'm going to do it. Same thing for the margarita. Okay, look at that. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now all you have to do then is pour in first the grenadine. Now, this other one I made, look, I got the lid off. This other one I made had way too much grenadine in it. You only need a teaspoon, so that's a teaspoon, maybe a tablespoon, but before I put like a couple of cups, it felt like it's cherry juice, so it's good. And then all you do is pour your orange juice on the top of that. Watch this, beautiful. Ah! Isn't that gorgeous? Now they say just stir it a little bit. So you get the syrup in there, and I just use my finger, Then you can see it settling. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, let's try it. That is so yummy. Now, Saint Margarita. Saint Margarita. Okay, here we go. There's my margarita. Don't have to stir that, but might as well. That That way you lift your finger. So nice and refreshing. Cheers! We're here! Cold. It's good too. Now put a little bit too much grenadine in, so it's sweet. So then all I do is alternate. I got 2 of them. Everybody around here is going to think, well, whatever. So now that we have our beverages, I'm going to tell you why Mexico is so special to Nettie. But, well, wait a minute. Why do it here in the Mexican kitchen when we can go on down to the beach and find ourselves a palapa? And then I can tell you exactly why Mexico is so special to me. Here we are down on the beach. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Now with my feet up, just take a look at that ocean. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, it's gorgeous. So before I start telling my story, let's cheers again. Cheers. And let's let the whole beach think that Nettie's drinking these. Could make up her mind. Nettie's back. Okay. Cheers to finding a place of respite. Cheers to finding a place of respite. So I'm going to start my story and just let you look out over that ocean. It's really worth it. So long ago, around 2003, just after our 4 older kids, all of them had left the nest and we only had the 2 young boys, we took a trip up to Oregon and we bought this cabin, this lake house that we're living in now. And it was an idea for us to have the house when we retired, but also a place of gathering with all of our children. So we had lived in California, well, Fred about 40 years and Nettie about 35. And it was Nettie's dream to get back to Oregon. And Fred was a kind-hearted person and said, yep, that's where I want to go to. And just by chance, we found this place. So we bought it. And it's because my Aunt Nettie, she's who I'm named after. I love her so much. She passed away and left me just a little bit of money. It wasn't very much. Just over $10,000. But I put it into a piece of Oregon property. Yeah. So, the problem is we still had 2 young boys in school, so we couldn't really afford just to have this house without renting it out. So we started renting it out, and we came up for several weeks in the summer, spring break, Thanksgiving break, and Christmas break. But every time we got here, there'd be so much work, and there'd always be things that were broken because, you're renting it out for vacationers, and they're here to play. So we found ourselves weeding in the yard, which we didn't even do back at home because we had a friend doing that for us, and we had so much to do that it became somewhat of a burden and not a place to really relax. We drove over 12 hours to get here and 12 hours to get back home. It was a long trip. Around that time, somebody suggested that Fred and I, for our anniversary, go to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And look at why we did. Look how beautiful it is. Well, we did. And we fell in love for several reasons. It just remains the one place where we can get away with minimal interruptions. Fred sometimes will have to take his work because he's self-employed. And, when we got there, he had to really plan ahead because if he was going to work a little bit, he had to go down into the business area of the hotel and do his email. So he'd get up early in the morning before breakfast and go do that. So the rest of the day, we weren't on our computer. And, you can imbibe in your virgin cocktails or your regular cocktails and just sit and read books and relax. And we found ourselves eating better than we did back home because not only was the food extremely inexpensive, but healthy for us. We were able to find tickets that were so cheap to get here, airline tickets, and we found eating out was so inexpensive. It really was cheaper to go to Mexico than to come to Oregon. And that's the truth. And then Nettie, a wise old Nettie, I figured out that when I went, I was only wearing like 3 sundresses and 2 swimsuits because I would change them out every day and let them dry out. And my culottes or my pedal pushers on the airplane going and a-coming. And you know what it meant? I only needed a backpack. I only packed a backpack so that we just get on the plane, get off the plane, and start relaxing. I just think that at some point we just need to know how to get away. We do. And you know, talking about it is relaxing me already. I'm gonna lay back and take a little nap. I'm just gonna put my feet back up and take a little nap. Hey, Fred. I need another margarita. Oh, gracias, mi esposa.
Nettie, wake up.
What? Fred?
Nettie, wake up. You're dreaming.
What? What?
You're dreaming.
I'm dreaming? I'm dreaming. I think everybody needs a place to relax. Get away from the COVID. You know, I just put on my little hat and my doodads and... Okay, this is what we do. Where do you go? Where can you escape to, even if it's just during your nap? But what if you like to go camping? Can you get out your s'mores and maybe just get out your sleeping bags, sleep in the living room and have some hot cocoa or whatever you drink around the campfire and talk about good times? For Fred and me, I think we're going to order nachos tonight for dinner. Maybe some guacamole. Well, where's my hat? It was a really good dream, and you know, I'd rather be dreaming than having nightmares, so... Oh, where'd this come from? I think I'll take another nap. Bye-bye. Don't be crappy, be happy. Be the light. Dream a little dream. Might help you be a first responder in love. Bye-bye.